If you're over 70, then you've got to be doing these 3 moves. And I promise you probably haven't seen the third one before. Move number 1 is the wall downward dog. So here's how to do it to make sure you get the most from this movement, right? So you're gonna stand with your feet maybe about a foot away from the wall. The further your feet are from the wall, the more it's gonna give you a big stretch. The closer you are to the wall, the easier it will be for you. So start about a foot away from the wall. From there, you're gonna point your thumbs backwards like this, and you're gonna put your hands on the wall in front of you. What you do is reach your shoulders as high as you possibly can, and now try to bring your chest and your face towards the wall like this, okay? Just allowing your chest to come down, opening up the chest as you do this movement. Now, if you want to try to take a step back, take a small step backwards, and just keep leaning forward. And this is going to help you get that extension in the upper back and stretch the shoulders in a way that's going to give you better posture and make you feel a whole lot better. Because when we stretch right here, we loosen all these muscles, and it takes our posture from here and pulls it back to here, all right? Now that we've addressed your rib cage and your shoulders and your upper back, let's focus on the lower body and the hip hinge. All right, this second move is called the supported frog hip hinge. And this is important because when we go to pick stuff up off the ground, we oftentimes round our back, our hamstrings get tight, and then we go to lift and we lift through the back, and what happens? Back pain. We start hurting our lower backs. So instead of doing that, we have to learn how to move through the hips, which protects the lower back, strengthens the glutes, and protects the knees as well. This is a fantastic move to teach you how to do just that. So nice wide stance with your feet with the toes turned outward. From there, you're gonna put the weight on your heels, and you're going to push the butt backwards while hinging through the hips, okay? So we're starting the movement by butt going backwards and hinging through the hips, then soft bend to the knees, and make sure the knees are going the same direction as the toes. Don't let the knees wobble inward like this. Make sure they go in the same direction as the toes. Put your hands on the chair in front of you, and allow yourself to bend as far forward as you can while maintaining a flat back. The moment you start to notice this rounding happen, you've gone too far, you're not flexible enough for that. So start tall, I'll do it one more time. Butt back, soft bend to the knees, hands in front, come down as far as you can with a flat back. You start to feel like, oh, I'm rounding. Okay, pause. Slowly use your arms to push up, squeeze your glutes, and extend the hips and stand nice and tall. And you can repeat this movement just like this, teaching how to hinge through the hips, and again, strengthening the glutes and protecting the knee and the lower back. All right, let's go to that last move. Move number 3 is called the seated clam. I love this one because you can do it in a seated position anytime, anywhere. Just bring your feet together like this. Try to sit nice and tall posture. And what you're gonna do is this. Drive your knees to the outside. You can just let your ankles roll aside. That's totally fine. And push them out as much as possible. And try to push them out so much that you feel these muscles on the outsides of your hips firing, okay? Squeeze those muscles for a second with your hips as wide as possible. And then slowly bring the knees together. And now we're gonna squeeze the knees together right here as much as possible. Squeezing them super tight, feeling the muscles on the inner thighs working. And we're just gonna go back and forth like this. Opening the hips and squeezing, closing the hips and squeezing, giving us strength and flexibility in as much range of motion as we can in those all-important hip rotators. If you want to work out for people over 70, click the link right there.